Disculpe, me estoy comiendo la carrera un elote porque ya es hora de meternos a la atracción del safari. Mico, guárdalo en la mochila, por favor. Sorry, me agarraron comiendo, pero quiero saludarlos. Estamos ahorita en Magic Kingdom. Me agarraron mordiéndole la carrera al elote, porque aquí no podemos entrar con comida. Y la verdad que les quise transmitir en vivo este bonito safari de Animal Kingdom acá en Florida. No siempre se dejan ver todos los animales, pero espero que esta vez sí se dejen y pues vamos a ver. Espero se conecten algunos y puedan disfrutar junto con nosotros. De esta bonita experiencia, ¿ok? En la mochila. Ok. Ok, vamos a entrar ahorita. La vegetación es tan bonita. La estamos esperando a mi esposo, a mis hijos. Y vamos a caminar. Muchas gracias por sus likes. Ojalá que les guste este recorrido. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Animal Kingdom. Quiero platicarles para los que piensen venir próximamente. Está el clima tan rico. Ayer estuvo más caluroso, pero hoy está bien suave el clima. No sé exactamente a cuántos grados estará. Ahorita voy a preguntarle a mi esposo a ver si él sabe. Pero está, no les voy a decir que está fresquito, no. Pero es un calorcito muy leve. Y como está corriendo vientecito, pues agrada. Muchas gracias por los que están conectados. Por favor, si les gustan este tipo de en vivos, regálenme su like para poder seguirles compartiendo. Vamos a estar acá 2 semanas y todavía nos faltan más parques. Y con mucho gusto yo puedo grabarles para ustedes. Ahorita lo que quiero compartirles es que vamos a entrar al safari y espero que corramos con suerte y podamos mirar bastante animales. No siempre se dejan mirar. Ojalá sí. Aquí venimos en la línea. Nada más que, miren, quería decirles que nosotros al principio nos pesaba pagarlo el Fast Pass, pero no, vale muchísimo la pena, porque todo eso nos estamos ahorrando con la línea. La línea está como de espera una hora más. 5. No problem. Y por este lado de la línea, pues bien rápido, porque camina, no permiten que sonidos. Y aún así, fíjense, y nosotros que pagamos el Fast Pass, toda esta gente nos tocó detenernos. Lo tardado está ahí atrás, donde veníamos caminando rápido, nosotros, la gente está parada, acumulada. Ahí es donde está lo difícil, porque, pues, por ejemplo, a estas horas del día, nosotros ya andamos bien cansados como para hacer cola de 1 hora, hora y media. Déjenme saber si pueden hacer comentarios o no. A veces no está activado para hacer comentarios. ¿Tienen alguna pregunta? Déjenme saber. Mira, ya se ven los carritos. Nosotros venimos de vacaciones 2 semanas estamos en Florida, en Orlando, Florida. Estamos en Disney World. Muchas gracias por los que están conectados, muchísimas gracias. Espero disfruten este recorrido junto con nosotros. Muchísimas gracias por estar acá. Este es el nuestro. Ya casi nos vamos. ¿Quieres que me vaya adelante para que no salga? Aunque voy a estar tomando para allá. No se me desesperen, mis amigos. Estamos aquí tratando de transmitirles en vivo el raite, el safari en Disney World, en Florida. Ojalá que les guste. Ojalá que tengamos suficiente señal. Bueno, pero el intento lo estamos haciendo. Para que tengan una idea de por acá en los parques de Disney. Ya ni voy a hablar tanto, los voy a dejar que disfruten, ¿ok?
But before we do, a few reminders. Please, no standing at any time on the trip. If you have little ones that want to lap sit, that's fine. Our goal today is to see a lot of animals going into their homes, so I kindly request we don't make out any animal noises to them. Alright, well our journey today is starting quick here in the Little Ituri Forest. I already see an animal coming up straight ahead. It is the bongo, also known as the ghost of the forest. Or the forest's largest antelope, weighing 700 to 900 pounds here. Those white stripes on their side work to mimic the sunlight that comes through the trees. Up in the corner there, we also have an okapi.
Miren qué bonito.
Oh.
Ya habíamos tomado este safari, no habíamos corrido con tanta suerte, no nos había tocado mirar animales casi, pero ahora parece que sí. Qué bueno, me da gusto porque así ustedes lo miran junto con nosotros.
They have what's called a prehensile tongue. It can be about 18 inches long. And prehensile just means finger-like, or a body part that an animal can use to grab things. Another animal with a prehensile body part is this black rhino coming up on the left. Now the black rhino, they are the smallest of the rhino. They weigh about 3,000 pounds. And for them, their prehensile body part is their lip. It curves up to help them grab that vegetation from off the trees. Sadly, there's only about 5,000 left of them in the world due to poaching efforts for their horn. See another one coming up on the left. As well, on the right side, another antelope up there. It is the greater kudu.
Muchas gracias por los que están conectados.
Greater kudu because she does not have any horns. She also has those white stripes on the side to mimic that sunlight coming through the trees. If you'd like to see what a male greater kudu looks like, there's actually one on the
Si me muevo mucho la cámara y disculpen, es el terreno. Estoy tratando por todos los medios de no moverme, pero casi es imposible.
About 4.5 to 5 feet at their shoulder. All right. Well, we're passing now out of the forest into the Sahi River. When it comes to the river, it's important that we keep our eyes peeled towards the water. That's where all of these animals typically like to hang out. One of the first I hope we can see is the Nile hippopotamus. Kind of see their little snout hanging out of the water there. That's not a great view, so hopefully up here on the left we may be able to get a better view at some of them. Now the word hippopotamus, it actually comes from the Greek word. It means river horse. And a group of them, we call that a bloat. If you look over there, you can see some of their heads poking out of that bloat of hippo. Now they're quite large animals, weighing about 5,000 pounds. But they're pretty athletic. You can actually They run about 25 miles an hour.
Allá al fondo se ven los hipopótamos, no sé si se alcanzaron a distinguir,
They can actually
que
hold
nada
their
más
breath for about
sacan la
8
nariz
minutes
para
at a time,
respirar.
even nursing their young and sleeping down there. Got one last view as we pass
Allá
by.
están al fondo, miren, no sé si alcanzan a ver. Espero que sí,
Alright,
mi
now as we
gente.
come around the corner, we're about to pass a waterfall on the left, but past that waterfall is where we can typically find the Nile crocodile. Alright, you can see him over here. Now the Nile crocodile, they won't move much because they are a cold-blooded animal.
Si miran los
So the more that they
cocodrilos allá al
move, the more
fondo,
energy they have to use
pegados a
up.
la pared, ahí están dormidos.
Since they don't move often, it means they also don't have
Son
to
varios, son como 6 cocodrilos. Aquí está, miren, aquí está otra, miren.
They can actually go about 9 weeks without food. Now that's obviously not ideal. They do try to eat about
Me da
once
pavor los
every
cocodrilos a mí.
week. And in those meals they'll eat a lot, about half of their body weight. Crocodiles typically weigh about 500 to 1,000 pounds, so they'd have no problem eating 250 to 500 pounds of food in just one meal. Alright, now before we head on into the savannah, let's take a look at this tree that's coming up on our right. Now this tree is called the baobab tree. It also goes by a couple different names. One of those is the upside down tree, because it kind of looks like it's planted upside down with the roots coming out the top. The other name for it is the tree of life. And that's because life for all animals is going to come
Ese árbol, el árbol de la vida.
holding, conserving their water. They can hold about 20,000 gallons worth inside of their trunks. All the animals have to do is come up with their horns or tusks, poke in the side, and that water can come gushing right out. It is typically going to be leafless like that for most of the year, but it can grow fruit sometimes. We actually call that fruit monkey bread. Alright, now as we come down here, I'm already starting to see one animal. It's the Hartman's Mountain zebra. Might be kind of hard to see in the sunlight, but once you get in the shade, we'll be able to see him better. Now as we get closer, I want you to take a look underneath their chins. You can kind of already see from here, but there's some extra skin that hangs down. We call that skin a dewlap. Now they're the only zebra with a dewlap. It's going to help circulate that heat in and out of their bodies in the hot summer days. Also, you might see them grazing right now. That's how they will spend most of their days. So much, in fact, that it can wear away at their teeth. And to protect their teeth, they will actually never stop growing. Alright, now if we look up on top of this little den, we see some sleeping hyena. Now trivia time, who thinks the hyena is more closely related to a dog or to a cat? If you thought cat to yourself, you'd be right. In fact, their closest relatives are the meerkat
Allá
and the
están dormidas
mongoose.
las hienas,
They
arriba
live on what's
de
called
la
a
piedra.
matriarchy. That means that the females or the ladies are running the show.
Por los dos lados hay animales, así que si volteo la cámara para un lado, para el otro, ahí discúlpeme si los mareo. Estoy tratando de capturar lo más que yo puedo para ustedes.
Coming up on the left,
Miren,
we
ve
have
esta
the
hermosura.
cattle. We'll see some more up ahead as well.
Miren, vea
Now the
esto.
Yankee cattle, they have those giant horns on their head. They look heavy, but they're actually hollow on the inside. They have a honeycomb
Volteo a mirarlos, volteo a mirarlos a ustedes, miren.
Kind of like their air conditioning system. They're also known as the Watusi cattle, named after the tribe in Africa that originally domesticated them. You can see them here grazing by this termite mound. Now there's lots of termite mounds throughout the
Miren.
savannah. These termite mounds are typically made out of dirt, saliva, and dung.
Qué hermosos, están libres
Now,
aquí.
dung, it's maybe not the first thing I would have gone with, but maybe the number
Eso es lo
two.
que me gusta, que están libres ellos.
But you'll see them eating a lot because they're an animal that we do call a ruminant.
Hoy se dejaron mirar, es que ellos supieron que ustedes iban a estar aquí mirando y salieron a saludarlos. Nosotros no corrimos con esa suerte temprano. Tuvimos que regresar para ver si mirábamos más animales y sí, miren, a lo mejor se prestó el clima ahorita en la tarde para que salieran ellos.
And that's because whenever they're being pursued by predators, they will all stampede in a different direction. in an attempt to confuse.
Muchas gracias a los que se están conectando. Espero disfruten este recorrido en el safari de Animal Kingdom en Orlando, Florida. Con muchísimo gusto estamos transmitiendo con ustedes y compartiendo. Por favor, les pido que me regalen su like.
They're pretty good at being in herds or their confusion. Typically, they'll be in the thousands, but they'll actually make a migration across Africa in numbers as large as 1.5 million. They'll make a dust cloud so large when they do this, you can actually see it from space. All right, we're about to see another antelope coming up on our right and one on our left ahead. It's an antelope that we call the eland. Now the eland, they are the world's largest antelope. They can easily weigh over 2,000 pounds. But for their size, they are gentle giants. You see, the guys, they like to look pretty and impress the females. So what they'll do is they'll actually go into the bushes or the flowers, make themselves a little crown out of flowers. If the girls like it, they'll keep it, and if not, they'll take it off and try again. Now to the left, we also have some Maasai giraffe over there.
Las jirafas,
There's a
miren.
group named the Tower.
Allá están las
Because they do
jirafas.
tower about 20 feet on up into the air. Even at birth, they're going to be born at 6 feet tall. They'll have quite the long fall down to the ground. And that's because their moms give birth standing.
Discúlpenme por mover la cámara así.
Kickstart their hearts. And after about an hour, we'll be up walking with the rest of the tower. And
Gracias por sus likes, gracias por su apoyo.
An animal with multiple stomachs. Since they're a ruminant, they actually spend most of their day eating. 20 hours, in fact, and only about 30 minutes sleeping.
Vamos a ver qué otros animales salen a saludarnos.
All right, now coming up on the left, we have an African elephant. We actually have 3 of them. Now the African elephant, they are the world's largest land mammal. The males, they can
Los
easily weigh 13
elefantes. Ahora sí salieron, mi
About the same
gente.
size as the average school
No nos
bus.
había tocado mirarlos, miren.
If you remember back, I
Ahí
used the word
están,
prehensile
qué
with a few animals earlier.
hermosos.
Meaning
Miren.
an animal has a body part that they can use like a hand. The elephant does as well. It's their trunk. What I think is impressive is how many muscles they have inside of them. To put it in perspective, the human body has about
Levanté la
600
cámara lo más
muscles
que pude a ver si podían seguir mirándolos, pero tienen una malla porque están trabajando ahí adentro.
Because of that, they have excellent motor skills with them. If you look back to the left, you'll get one last great view at that elephant back there. They have such great motor skills, in fact, they can pick up a single blade of grass with their trunk. All right.
Los
Coming up on the
flamingos,
left, we
miren,
have the
amigos.
greater flamingo.
Miren, mis
Now, the
amigos.
greater flamingo, they are the largest of the flamingo species. They're also the lightest color pink of all the flamingo. If you look right there, you see some little
Me
mounds.
siento
Those are
feliz
nests
que
and a
ahora
little
sí nos
tiny
tocó
baby
mirar
flamingo.
varios animalitos. Estoy muy
I don't know if you
contenta.
can see that little head popping out there. One looks like it had just been born, maybe today even. Now we call a group of flamingo a flamboyance. They get that pink color from their diet of brine shrimp, which in it has a vitamin called beta carotene. That's why if you did see that little baby there, it was still gray. It's going to take it about 10 to 12 months to turn into that pink color. But that's pretty cool. One of the first people that probably got to see that. Alright, now as we come through here, soon we're about to head off into big cat country. And I think through this watering hole we'll be able to play one of my favorite games, Who Can Spot That Cheetah? Now, if we're able to see him, the cheetah is the world's fastest land mammal. It can run about 60 miles an hour in just 3 seconds. But they can't run that fast for very long distances, only about 250 yards at a time. I think as we make this curve, if you look up on the left side of the hill, I maybe already saw one, kind of behind that branch there, you can see them wagging the tail there. About halfway up that hill. Now they're what we call diurnal animals. That means they're
En
going to
realidad no
do
alcanzo a
most of their
mirar, no
hunting in
sé
the
qué es lo que me está
daytime and then
diciendo,
sleep
pero
at night.
no sé qué animales.
It's actually pretty
Oh,
uncommon
sí,
for
allá
most big
está
cats to do that.
sentado.
See
Pero
another
no sé
one
si ustedes alcanzaron a mirarlo, es un
rolling
chira.
on their back.
Está relajado allá. Yo alcanzo a verlo, no sé si ustedes en la cámara alcanzaron a
Typically,
mirarlo,
big
pero
cats
sí,
will
sí
be
está un chira.
nocturnal, meaning they'll sleep in the daytime and hunt at night.
Es la hora en que ellos ya
All right, if you look to the
se
left,
vienen
looks
a
like we have a
dormir.
baby white rhino crossing the road. Also a bigger one back there. Now the white rhino. They get their name from a mistranslation from the Afrikaans
lo que
word
va allá,
fight.
miren.
See if I can pull up here and we
Miren
can
lo
maybe
que va
see that
allá.
baby white rhino.
Un
See
rinoceronte.
back there in the trees. See the other white rhino going back there.
Oh, ya no alcancé yo a mirarlo, miren. ¿Están entre las ramas? Entre las
Now
ramas
they
lo
get their
miren.
name from a mistranslation from the
Ahí está.
Afrikaans word fight. It means wide, because they have a very wide and flat lip. That helps them graze the savannah and eat all that food. All right, and also to the
Qué
left,
bonito que los tienen libres
next to this
aquí.
copy, which is the
Toda
rock
esta
formation,
tierra
we can see
reservada
a
para
sleeping
ellos.
lion.
Aquí se
Now,
supone
this
que
is our
debemos
male
de mirar
lion. His name's Dakari.
leones.
It's actually just his 10th birthday a couple weeks ago.
Si miran, está ahí, acostado
Now the
arriba de
manes
esa
on those male
piedra.
lions are quite heavy.
Miren,
Can weigh about 40
ahí está
pounds.
acostado, miren,
Because
el
of that,
león.
it slows them down a lot.
Está
And it will
dormido.
actually be the lioness that does most of the hunting for the prize.
Está dormido, allá está el
As we come
león.
around here, yeah, I'm gonna pull all the way around so we can get a great look at this
Allá
lioness here in a
está, miren,
second.
la
Also
hembra.
gonna be passing by some more white
Miren,
rhino and both.
arriba nos encontramos aquí. Y allá está al fondo. Allá al fondo está la leona dormida. Sí, aquí estamos. Mi esposo emocionado que los agarre de cerquita a los hipopótamos. Miren.
Lioness here, taking a snooze.
Miren.
And if you look back there, you can see the face of our male. I'm actually going to pull up just a little
Miren,
bit
ahí
more.
está
I
la
can see
leona,
another one
miren.
down here as
Y
well.
el león, miren. Aquí está la leona, miren.
Now they'll sleep about 16 to 20 hours out of the day.
Ahí está
And be
la
awake at night.
leona. Allá está el león. Dos, miren, miren.
All right, as we come around the corner,
Oh my
we'll see if
God.
we're able to find Africa's largest burrowing animal, the warthog.
Ay, disculpen por
We're able
mover
to
el
see some of their
zoom.
burrows down
Lo estoy
below
haciendo
that they can
para
either make on their own
capturar
or
lo
steal
mejor
from another
posible para
animal.
ustedes.
Not sure I'm able to see them right now.
A ver, ¿qué vamos a mirar aquí?
We remember Pumbaa, though, from the Lion King. Pumbaa means foolish in Swahili. Although they're not foolish, they're one of the smartest animals in the world.
Ok, aquí no se dejó
Closest
mirar
relative
ningún
being a
animal.
domesticated pig.
Son los pumas.
Now over to the right, we're about to see some ostrich eggs, as well as two different
Acá
antelopes.
estoy mirando un
Now,
animalito,
these
no sé
antelope
qué
are
es,
Bontebok, which
pero
is the
vamos a
close one
tratar de
here. And the
capturarlo.
further one back there is the water buck. Now that Bontebok, I like to think of them as the largest comeback story in the wild. They're actually poached down until there are only about 17 left in the entire world. The ones further back there are the water buck. They actually excrete an oily substance that keeps them safe, so whenever predators are near, they can jump on in the water and get away. It was hard to see there, but they also are known for having a white circle on their hind end. And that's because they don't have the best night vision. So they'll actually get single file in line and follow each other to stay safe. Now, while these animals do have their challenges in the wild, some of these challenges also come to humans, specifically to the farmer. We're coming up now to Gordon's Post, wanting us to check in on it, make sure things are going okay. Looks like we got some friends cleaning it. Now as we pull up, you're gonna see a little yellow thing
Ya
hanging
le están
down.
limpiando.
And that yellow thing is actually a honeybee hive. You see, with the Disney Conservation Fund, we've been studying
Miren cómo les están
honeybees a lot
limpiando el
here
área,
recently.
miren.
Because what we found
Miren.
is there is one animal that we
Les
saw
tienen
earlier
bien
that was
limpio
coming on
todas
the
sus
farms
áreas de descanso
and kinda
a los
trampling a lot of the
animalitos.
crops and eating them.
Disney
And that animal
dedica
is
especial
that
atención a todos ellos
So
y
we
la
needed a
verdad,
solution to be able to protect the
últimamente
farmers and
parece ser que
animals.
están pidiendo
What we
donación
found
para
is
la
that elephants
conservación de
are
todo
very
esto y
afraid of
pues
honeybees.
con muchísimo
So
gusto
afraid that
aportamos
they'll
a la
make a
causa
call out to the
porque
rest
miramos
of
que
the
los
group.
tienen muy bien atendidos y pues miren toda esta área reservada para ellos.
We were able to protect the farms, protect the farmers, protect the elephants, and get some nice yummy honey to enjoy. Lots of wins for everybody. Alright, well we're heading back now to the village. But before we get there, it's one of my favorite parts where we all get wet at the water. Well, not this trip, but that's okay. We get to see some awesome waterfalls as we go by. The front side of water is some of them. If you were wanting to get wet, the park is open till 8. Might be able to go on over to Asia, check out Cali River Rapids. Probably got you covered. Now we are getting back to the village. If you were a wilderness explorer today, I want you to remember you were riding with the Simba 1, SIMBA 1. They're gonna help you get that badge. Our wilderness explorer friends out front might be gone, so if that's the case and you were wanting that badge, you might need to head all the way up to guest relations, and they should be able to help you out up there. All right. So my friend up ahead did give us that all clearing to go, and we don't like to say goodbye. It's really sad. So instead we say Kwaherini. And Kwaherini in Swahili, that means to go well. So I do hope we all go well, go wild, have so much fun with wherever our journeys take us next. My name is Luke. If you have any questions, my window, it's always open, so feel free to come on up and ask. Friends there on the right, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. The doors, they're sliding open.
Bueno, se acabó la excursión. Espero les haya gustado. No sé, a ver cuántos minutos duró. Siempre duró como, voy a bajar un escalón, espérenme. Okay. Siempre duró como media hora. Amigos, espero les haya gustado este recorrido por el safari de Disney World en Orlando, Florida. Sí se dejaron mirar varios animalitos, vengo contenta. Nosotros tratamos como a las 11 de la mañana y no se dejaron mirar. Pero bueno, alcanzamos otro Fast Pass antes de que se acabara la tarde. Y pues aquí estamos, compartiéndolo con ustedes. Muchísimas gracias. No sean malos, regálenme su like. ¿Qué les cuesta? No les cuesta nada. Y así yo les sigo transmitiendo en vivo. Vamos a seguir acá como casi 2 semanas por Orlando. Los videos en vivo. El clima está rico, es un calor sabroso. Y pues nada, muchísimas gracias por los que se conectaron y los que me regalaron su like también. Y los que no alcanzaron a ver este en vivo, pues repítanlo. Vayan a mi canal, búsquenlo y ojalá lo disfruten igual que nosotros. Seguimos grabando para ustedes, mis amigos, con muchísimo gusto. Que Dios los bendiga. Hasta la próxima.